So what colours have we got here?
Alrighty.
Kyle, Von
Bye,
Rig
guys.
is black. See you, Shay.
Oh, actually, we got to set up. We got to give him turrets.
Then Kylo Ren
And-
is red.
Yeah, I can't grab those. Sorry. Okay. So we're back. Mike's coming through. Yep.
Yep.
And did they already go into another room? They've already gone into the other room. Okay. So just to speed things along, because we are running a little bit late tonight, guys. We've just thrown them straight in. It's Reuben. Reuben's on all the time. He's been on. We'll pull him in after the game like usual. Renzu, we just said, sorry Renzu, we'll give you a chance to open mic afterwards. But in the meantime, we wanted to get him straight into setting up the table. While me and Mark, because Raymond was set to do the commentary, so he did not get sick and tired of my ugly face and ugly voice. So I'm sorry you're going to have to bear with me for a second game. But Mark and his wisdom is back on for another game round 2.
Yep.
You did great, by the way, with all that mess with Shane. Shane, a little panic, a small little panic. By the way, just passing on a message from Guppy, Shane. Guppy says, Shane, don't stress people out. But anyway, we're past that now. We're all good. We're all good. We have 2 hyperspace FO lists. So we've got FO and FO. I think I'm going to have to cheer for the FO list.
I think if we don't get these 2 lists confused at some point, we're not doing our jobs right. They're not similar, but they're not dissimilar either.
Yeah, so I just messaged there from Guppy. All good. Like Guppy just sent me a message and he's like, hey, Guppy, as I said once again, if you're listening, we love you on here. And I was trying to delay it as long as I could, because these things happen. Family first, guys. Family always first. With X-Wing, as much as we love it, there are more things more important than X-Wing, and family is one of those things. So, all good. Moving on. Back into the list. Now, which side would you like?
Well, I'll talk about Reuben's list if you don't mind. We're in the same play group half the time, so I may as well talk him up a little bit.
That's fine. Let me bring up this on full screen so I can have a look at the list better. And I'll talk about Renzu's list. So we've got 4 fours. I like it. I like it already. So firstly, we've got an Ember there with the BA Interceptor. So when you perform an attack, if there's a damaged ship friendly to the defender, 0 to 1. So if one of the Reuben ship is defended and Ember is shooting that ship, then the defender cannot spend focus or calculate tokens. So this could be quite good. It will work when rush ability activates and something that defender's damaged, and it would take into effect.
It's very similar to the old Karnor Jax card back in 1.0, that correct, control element to stop people spending their tokens.
Absolutely, yeah. That was. I was thinking there was something like that from before, and he was actually my second favorite interceptor.
I think it was everyone's second favorite interceptor.
I did play 3 interceptors for a little while, and that one, and yeah, definitely was a lot of fun. So yes, Ember. We don't actually see much of it. I haven't seen Ember flown on the table recently. It has a very unique ability, and I'll be loving it to see it actually in play. We've got the stapled on Fanatical, so when he loses shields, he can change a focus to a hit, a free mod, and the chassis itself is just really good. It's sort of like a knife fighter interceptor with a hard 1 blues, and can do double mods, taking a strain or deplete. Now it is, however, against 2 5, well a 5, a 6, and a 2, but the 2 will become a 7 once it's damaged. Sorry, 6, is it right? Yep. Rush will become a 6. Yeah, Rush will become a 6 when it's so he's gonna have a little bit of a hard play with the 4s being an ace, but all good.
I mean, he's really there to buff his friends. So
yeah. Then we have backdraft now. Normally, if you can you grab different colours of the turrets and put them on the different ships so we can actually have different coloured ships?
Okay.
Just grab the turrets on those. Yeah. Meanwhile, we go with backdraft here. Backdraft's a great one. It has special forces gunners when the turret's at the front. It's got a 3 dice attack, but you can also turn the turret at the back, and then have a 3 dice attack out the back. Kind of like an A-wing, Oh, I love A-wings. So it's just a nice solid piece. You don't want to chase backdraft. Then we've also got Scorch. Scorch is a nice heavy hitter, 3 dice attack by taking a stress. When you take a stress, you get to roll an extra die. Also with Advanced Optics and Fanatical. So the Focuser can spend to get an extra hit. Fanatical gives the mod. So if he loses a shield, he can roll an average. Optics a blank, Fanatical the focus. Nice build. And we got Recoil, another Silencer. Initiative 4, Marksmanship and Advanced Optics. Recoil's a little bit, is really cool. We don't see it much. It is when he's stressed, ships at range 0 to 1 is treated as being his bullseye. So that means if he's out of range 1 shot with a Advanced Optics with a focus token, he can spend that for an extra hit, gets a free crit, and then something's like almost like a mini proton torpedo. But of course, only works at range 1. You see things like with Marksmanship, you see Predator, you see Crack Shot. Proton rockets is another one I like to see on him as well. So we do see some more funky things like this. But because of the way the points are going, 4/4s, very nice list, nice round. I think we'll see good things.
I think that's the Recoil's ability is absolutely wonderful on a chassis like the TIE Silencer, where you know you're going to get a large amount of use out of it.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have a modernized version of Imperial Aces. So we have Reuben flying, Major Vonreg with outmaneuver. Major Vonreg has an ability, but I don't think it will ever be used. During the systems phase, you may choose one enemy ship in your bullseye arc. That ship gains a deplete or strain token of your choice. So if you are close enough, or if you have things lined up well enough, so be it, you can use it, but it's really a PS6 interceptor, and that's why Reuben is flying it. Alongside that, he has his PS5 silencer, Kylo Ren. Kylo, of course, can show anyone the dark side, and he has advanced optics on with that. That's very helpful because if he doesn't... So what do you need to do? After you perform an attack, you may spend 1 focus token to change one of your blanks into a hit. So again, if he doesn't need to spend a focus token. He has the Force to change the eyeballs, and now he can change the blanks as well. So very good modifiers for Kylo Ren. And lastly, he has Rush. Rush is the PS2 silencer, but the minute that he takes damage, he becomes initiative 6. So a very, very sneaky ship. It's going to start out low initiative, end up high initiative. But he needs to be damaged. Now, we looked at the rules for this. The damaged condition means you have to have a damage card assigned to your ship. So losing shields is not enough. He has to have damage on hull. So a little bit tricky to activate there. But really, what you see on Reuben's side is you see Imperial Aces, the old meta list, but just updated to be First Order. So, Nobby, you've seen the 2 lists. How do you feel about them?
Sorry, just doing a quick clean-up. So we had, just quickly, guys, we had the Reuben has a technical difficulties with TTS. All right, let's bring that back in. All right. Hope I didn't make anyone sick. Well, not too many sick. Actually, Teal, can you change Teal? So I just, oh, sorry, I can do it. We're changing backdraft. We're just going to use green because of the dice box, it actually comes out black. And I don't like the dark blue. There we go.
Right, what colour is that on backdraft? That's a highlighted green, is it?
Green, yeah. And then as you can see, the other 2 are okay. Now, and that one's red. Okay, no, we all got different colours. Okay, just checking, we've got different colours. Normally we set this up before the game, but we tried to jump in straight into it just because we wanted to... Sorry.
Have I got the colours right? Major Vonreg is changed colour again. Okay, so we'll go to that sort of...
There we go.
Not even sure what colour you'd call that, but we'll go to that colour.
Vonreg, pink.
Yeah.
Pink, purple.
Well,
pink.
Yeah.
Manly pink.
I'm a little bit colourblind, so it is a little bit challenging, but...
I do apologise. I do apologise.
No. It's very mild, but you know how they changed from green manoeuvres to blue manoeuvres?
Yep, did that help?
That helped a lot, because the green and the red, I kept on getting switched up. So it's very strange, because most of the time I can tell those 2 apart, but for X-Wing, I could not. Or at least that was the excuse I kept on giving when I K-turned into a rock.
All good. So I didn't know.
No, not your fault, man. It's not a big thing usually.
Yeah.
All right.
I just I don't like the dark blue. I just so you know, I don't like the dark blue in the turret because it's really still hard to see the
Yeah.
point. And I hate using the cardboard that you get when you normally spawn it because it's just hard to see. So at least this way we have a little bit differential colours between the two FOs.
Yep.
Or the two,
It's
I
a
should
good
say
idea.
the two regular looking TIE fighters. One's an FO, one is a SF. But at least we know the one with the arc is the SF. And we can see which way the arc is pointing. So
Yeah.
Renzus getting in there, going fast. Look at that,
Yep.
5 straight.
So again, one thing about the Singapore circuit is it
start
tends
time.
to be a
Timer.
very
Timer.
aggressive. Yes, good point. Sorry, it tends
Timer.
to be a
Timer.
very aggressive play style. I personally blame Alex for this, where he tends to go all in and barrel roll behind you and boost in close and get 4 attack dice. But yeah, I mean, this is what we like to see. We like to see the two players interested in playing X-wing, interested in throwing dice. But it is going to be interesting to see how they navigate this rock garden. Both players have chosen to use asteroids, and that will be punishing if they do not fly well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It means that there was consequences here. You actually have to play the game. Now, while you do see me lately, so I'm just setting up a betting system here. While I have recently flown a lot of gas clouds, and it's because it was typical for my A-wings to take damage behind a rock, but with the gas cloud, at least it's less likely to happen.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to blame you for taking free evades on an A-wing. It's really what they want. And you wouldn't blame the interceptor pilots either, except for the number of swarmy lists you see around at the moment. And we were talking about the meta just earlier, how you do end up with this mini swarm. These rocks are really designed to try and hinder that sort of concerted movement across the board and really break up those swarms.
Oh, we got a new follow. Kekululikia. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. I have been having a little bit of iced tea, which is a hint it's not iced tea, tonight. So I probably said that wrong. But thank you for the follow. Now we have opened up bets, and seeing if we got a new follow, you know, we must have a new watcher. So here we go. I'm going to give everyone points. So if you haven't got a bet in, you can now put a bet in. And to follow that, I'm actually going to bet everything on Renzu.
I'll make it interesting. I will also bet everything on Reuben.
Nice.
So one of us will not have very many points at the end of this game.
One of us, that's correct. I tell you what though, my bet I'm a bet for you, but there's a double-edged thing is that I have good statistics that show that my bets lose. So I bet it's kind of like the Obi-Wan curse. It's actually not a good thing. Now,
thank you for the pro tip.
About the rocks. Going back to the topic of the rocks. Now, I really like the rocks, and I used to play rocks a lot, or even though with the A-wings before, until Nantex hit. And then you had the tractor shenanigans and all that, and then I went to gas clouds. I still sometimes think it's good to have just that one rock in, especially around the centre, something that you can force a mistake in. Sometimes the gas clouds just give no consequences to playing the game.
Yeah.
It's also partly why I hate the struts on the droids, and it's partly why there's some things that just the elements of the game, and when you take out the fundamentals of the game, you're making the game worse. If you know what I mean.
I agree fully. Like, I think if you don't have obstacles or you don't have any consequence for the obstacles, why do you even have them in the first place? The obstacles are what creates the board that you have to work around. Otherwise, it's just a blank 3x3 slate.
Exactly.
So, and I think particularly rocks, because they are that much more punishing, you are that much more likely to have a negative consequence, and that negative consequence is worse. Because of that, damage. It really helps. It really helps the ships that can fly, or the maneuverable ships, a lot more. And again, I think that's why it makes sense. You look at these two lists; both are very heavy on the ace idea. Reuben definitely with 2 silencers and tie. What is it? BA? Is that the name of the?
Yeah, the BA.
Yeah. And Renzus also he's got 1 silencer in there, and the tie SFs and tie FOs are fairly maneuverable on their own as well.
Yeah. No, if Renzu can like capture, this is actually where I think Renzu could possibly take a win on this, because he can not only can he get blocks, but he can block and cause them into go onto rocks. If he really can make use of that asteroid field. So he wants to limit those options. He wants to limit the lanes that Reuben has. So with that said, of course, if he doesn't get the blocks and those aces just fly away, especially the fact that Von Reg has outmaneuver, that's actually very scary. And I missed that when you were talking about that because I was setting up the bets. But outmaneuver is going to be scary on that Von Reg.
Yep.
Yeah, and between Kylo and Von Reg, they both can consistently do good shots. Von Reg with the double mod and Kylo with the advanced optics. I love Kylo with advanced optics. I hate flying against it, as with my A-wings, I really do. But I totally respect it, and I think advanced optics Kylo is like the best build you can do it. Maybe now with extreme maneuvers that's coming out. I just really like it. It's so good.
Yeah, it really is, and it's very consistent, and that's one thing that X-wing, you have to spend a lot of points to get that level of consistency, but it often is very much worth it. And so with Kylo, where he's got advanced optics and the Force, he can just take focus, and then he can choose what to do. Like if he rolls blanks, you spend a focus to get hits. If you roll focus, you can spend the Force, or if you don't have the focus token anymore. So like an average roll, hit, focus, miss, turns into 3 hits 100% of the time.
Yeah. Makes it basically, and you don't need the target lock. You don't need the kind of making a decision on what to shoot, because hey, you don't need to. Just take focus. Also, there's a good morning there. It is actually I'm from Australia. It's like 10:30 p.m. But it is the same day that you just woke up on. And we've got Mark who's in Singapore, who's just a little bit earlier. Like 8:30, isn't it? So look, good morning to you Americans. Today is Thursday, and I think so far it's been a good day. I can tell you Thursday's going to be a good day.
Thursday's usually a good day. You're only one day away from Friday, so
that's it.
What do you make of this move? Like Renzus has really turned his force in very early. He's left that flank, that gap in the bottom right of the screen, which Kylo and Rush may be able to squeeze through. But it does give him the option. Maybe he's managed to catch Von Reg out here. What do you think?
It depends on how aggressive Reuben is. We saw him go 5 straight and just go straight into the fight, which is kind of what he wants to do, considering he's moving everything first. So, with the exception of Rush. So I think Renzu's actually done this. I think his approach has been very spot on what he should do to tackle the aces. You don't want to give him too much time to flank.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be a question of if Reuben commits to this attack this turn. Some people just want to get shots every turn, and with the aces, that's not always necessarily the best way to do it. It's always better to take a free shot. That said, Kylo is a tank.
Yes.
If he can like ignore, if he can just get a concentrated shot on what's the guy down the bottom there? Is that Blackout?
That is Recoil.
Yeah, and recoil stress, so he's going to get the Predator with advanced optics. So he might try to go for some early damage onto Blackout. But I can't see him getting in a good spot to engage the other 3 ships. It's just too much firepower to trade. So, and the fact that also his Rush is also going to have a shot onto Recoil. Sorry. Friend Corey used to fly Blackout, and there's 2 Corys I know that actually flew Blackout. And so I keep getting them mixed up. But there's a local Queenslander Corey, and then the guy who did the 4 HMPs. The other Corey who does the commentary with us, he also used to fly Blackout. So no, it's Recoil. Nobby, get it right.
Yep. So what Reuben's done there is he has taken a focus token, and he has used his auto thrusters to perform a red barrel roll. So again, lining him up for the channel down the center. Von Reg does indeed do 5 straight, and he's coming quickly into the fight. He probably didn't expect Renzus to turn in quite so quickly. he does have room for a barrel roll out, I believe.
I think
So
you barrel roll out. And actually, sorry, I just now I did say the outmaneuver is scary, but he hasn't had time to set that up. The other thing that is I'm just noticing it's extremely missing is Daredevil. I love Daredevil on Von Reg. I don't actually like playing against it, but Daredevil is also just another one that is just so good. We don't see there. We have outmaneuver. So he is. I think he's trying to get fast because he wants to get in a position next turn. But I think he's got a barrel. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, we see the barrel roll out. He does not want to trade shots.
Yep.
Taking focus. Yeah.
Yeah, focus barrel. So the downside of Daredevil is that. Oh wait, hold on. If you're not depleted, you may. You kind of give up, right? The
hard. It basically allows you to do a hard
red.
One.
Yeah, but it turns your white one into a red one, right?
That's correct. But the thing is, it's not like because you normally have a strain of deplete, and you often do a hard one anyway. You're gonna have a red token on there, so you're gonna do a blue next turn.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, he started out by rolling two eyeballs with his deplete token, and he's got to now decide: does he trust the 4 defense dice? And he says yes. Let's kill.
Okay.
Let's
wow.
kill. Yeah.
That's on Scorch too. Yep.
Yeah. So Scorch doesn't have his tire foe. Oh, it's a damage. It's a damage. You take it, right?
The thing is, it's Scorch. Yep. The thing is, it's Scorch, and he's going to have 3 dice back, so he's going to be rolling three
with focus.
Yeah, so that's the trade I wouldn't have taken. I would have just gone, throw the dice out. Doesn't matter. Save your focus for defense. Because you 2 damage on Von Reg is huge compared to 2 damage, even 1 damage on Scorch.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. Okay, so Kylo has now decisions to make. He can actually focus fire a little bit. He's got a clean shot on Scorch as well, if he wants it. And focus fire has a lot to be said, but he also has another shot on 2 shots on recoil. So it looks like he's going for the shot on recoil.
Yeah, because all I think that was the plan with Kylo.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. Here's a statistically average roll. So what Kylo can do is he advanced optics, spends the focus to change the blank to a hit, and then spends a force token to, and he has a force. Just nicely clears everything.
That's what he wanted. Yep.
So Scorch's shield's down. Kylo is 1 force down.
Yeah. You don't have to update the. You haven't got it on there. That's fine. Yeah. So just once you're down, and he did not. How to say? He did not get any damage through with Kylo, but he did what he wanted to do, get him to force the focus spending.
Yeah. He would have liked to get the damage through, but it's not, I think, critical at this point.
No.
Like anything you get in this engagement is quite a bonus.
Pretty much. It says, as I say, I'm worried here about Von Reg is going to suffer because he was greedy.
Yeah, it's possible.
So this
is recoil. Recoil
okay.
versus Kylo. So hit crit, and Kylo will spend the force, I dare say, and takes no damage.
And he still has rush to shoot, and nothing back there.
Yeah.
I will say this though. While I'm saying that, I didn't quite like Reuben going quite so fast and have enough time. He does have the general principle there that with the aces, you've split them up. Yep. Renzus going to have to make a decision this next turn who to commit to.
Yeah. So he has taken the stress on Scorch to be able to throw the extra attack dice.
And just an average roll.
Presuming he'd... Oh, no
and
4 natural evades, so there you go.
That's just a little bit rude.
Well, there's still 1 shot to go, I think. Yeah,
he does.
Just
he
in.
Does have. That's backdraft. No, that's backdraft. Yeah, with special forces guns, there's going to be 3 dice again, 3 on 4.
Yep. So he may wish he'd saved a couple of those evades yet. 2 hits. And 2 evades and an eye.
I just double checking the log because there's a little cock, but there's 2 evades there in the chat.
Yeah.
So no punishment. I feel
Yeah.
just a little bit bad for Renzu because that was 2 modded shots. Yes, they're at range 4, but they've got no mods on the green dice, and the guy just rolled 6 out of 8 evades.
I mean, this is Imperial for you. You'll survive some incredible shots, and then you'll die to some Z95
Yeah, an
taking a pot
unmodified
shot.
2 dice attack out at range 3,
Yeah.
right? And then you just die.
Exactly. Okay, so Reuben has 1 hit, 1 crit, spending the focus, and again. So the defense dice are certainly working today.
Yep, those green dice on both sides have been pretty solid.
Yeah.
So we literally just saw 1 shield
Yep.
of Scorch.
That was it. And again, that's Imperial for you. They can be tanky, but you're living on the edge of your seat the whole time.
And welcome. This is exactly why I like flying A-wings. No, literally, that's why I have so much fun with them. Is because you every turn you are on the edge of your seat.
Yep.
You're always looking at the dice. You try and get the dice in your advantage and stuff, but it comes down to dice roll every turn, every game. I love it. So, which way do you think he's going to go? Do you think you go after Von Reg, or do you think you turn into the 2 SFs?
I don't know where Von Reg's got a lot of options to disengage. So if you go after him, you could equally be firing at empty space with Kylo Ren on your back. So it's a bit dangerous. But you can turn into the gap between the 2 asteroids, block that escape from Kylo Ren. You can block the escape down the bottom right from Kylo Ren. And then you've got 3 ships focusing in there. So I'd be more tempted to set up a kill box in the bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay.
But then again, I was
thinking. Sorry, you finished.
Yeah, no, just saying. You could also, the reverse could be true. You could see Kylo disengage, Rush disengage, and then Von Reg hard 1 in, and he's suddenly behind you now. So it's a bit of a guessing game. I would go for Kylo.
You think you'd go and turn in for Kylo? Because for me, the first thing I think of doing is doing 5-stroke with Kylo, overshooting that Ember. In which case, I would also see it, so not Ember recoil. I get the names eventually. Yeah. If they were A-wings, I'd get them all now. They're not. So I'd say 5 straight, go fast with Kylo, and then try and come up the flank onto Ember. But then, of course, if I was Renzu, I'd look at maybe turning Ember in to try and stop that with Kylo. The problem is with Von Reg, it's kind of like a 50-50. If Reuben says, hey, Renzu, I think you're going to do this, I'm going to turn my Von Reg in and get some nice shots without maneuver. But if he gets it wrong and Renzu turns into Von Reg just dies.
Yes.
Unless he rolls like he did last round. So I would think like Reuben kind of has to go fast with Von Reg, just in case Renzu turns in.
Yeah.
Because also keep in mind too, he's got backdraft. So backdraft could actually do I think a 3-turn maybe, or and focus rotate, and then he can have both shots at the front or the back, or front and back. So there's just a possibility. X-Wing SHG, thank you for the follow. So it's kind of like one of those guessing games. I think there's a 50-50 chance that he's going to turn into Von Reg or not. But the same side is too, if Reuben thinks that he's going to turn into Von Reg, then he can really do a hard 2-in with Kylo and be aggressive and punish him. So it's a question of, you know Reuben more. Is he the kind of person that's going to go in and go be very aggressive with his aces this turn? Or is he going to go, hey, look, I got lucky this turn, I'm going to disengage and go for a better spot? Because I think all the options for Renzu at the moment is to can block those aces if he's not careful.
Yeah. I think Reuben will try and engage.
You think okay?
But I also agree with what you're saying. Like the low initiative is going to be very handy for Renzus this turn. And it might, if he can get a block off on Kylo, Kylo will only have one force token this turn. It's going to be hard for him to survive if he doesn't have those mods.
There's one other thing I forgot to factor into my calculation is Rush is still initiative 2 at the moment.
Yep.
He's not 6 yet. So he could actually move in a position. I still don't like how he's behind
Yeah, I
Kylo,
think
though.
Reuben didn't like that either. He thought a long time before barrel rolling with Kylo, and I think it was about calling a bluff. Who are you gonna shoot at? If I leave
Yeah.
Kylo there, will you shoot at Kylo or will you shoot at Vonreg? But
So
uh,
I could see also Rush diving in between those two rocks to block those SFs from turning in. That's something I
yeah,
just didn't realise because I was expecting Rush to move afterwards. But if Rush he does a 2 bank boost, maybe he would be in a perfect position to block the SF. So with that said, I might now look at as Renzu going in and diving after Vonreg. That's kind of just something because I just factored in that possible move there from Rush. But as I said, it could still just turn in. Oh, here we go. What did he do? He did 5 straight. 5 straight with Rush.
yep,
Oh,
interesting, very interesting. What's he trying to do there? I think he needs to move a little bit more.
I think he's going. I think he was trying to go after Ember. He's trying to get Ember in a good spot in case Ember decides to turn in.
Yeah, and that would be setting up the kill zone in that bottom right to try and catch Kylo. And the ship that you'd have turn in to prevent that 5 straight, it would be Ember down there. He would do the hard to.
It's in a great spot too to block any banking by recoil.
Yeah, but do you want to block a bank? Depends what you've done with Kylo. If you may want to let him go past if you've done a 5.
I think if he gets a block on backdraft on recoil, a 5 straight by Kylo will still overshoot it. Maybe not. Okay, so actually, just quickly, Rush did try to do a barrel roll. No, tried to do a boost right around that rock, but it does not fit. It is blocked by backdraft. It's something it's not in the chat. That's why he's got to stress there now. And recoil went 5 straight as well. Okay, interesting.
So I think he's preparing for Vonreg. If Vonreg does a hard 1 and tries to barrel roll the other way around the rock, then he'll have recoil there to meet him.
So this kind of indicates he's going all in after Ember. No, there. After Vonreg.
Yeah.
The pink one. He's going for the pink. He's chasing pink.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. I mean, whatever target you choose is a hard one to chase. Because you're flying against basically 3 interceptors. But, I mean, if you commit to this, this is
good. I just want to clarify you there. It's not 3 interceptors, it's 3 super interceptors. One of them has force, okay?
That's rough. That's rough.
That is. So interceptors only have 3 health.
Yeah.
These guys have double that.
Well, Vonreg only has 4, but...
okay, sorry, Vonreg has 4. Yeah, okay.
That's still Sinterfell with a hull upgrade.
And double mods. He gets double mods for days because he can strain and deplete and yeah.
So just a bit of flight school there. If you need to move 2 ships that are side by side and you need to turn them like what you see there, the inside one should bank at a speed 1 less than the outside one. So you do a 2 and a 3 bank or a 1 and a 2 bank, and they will be nicely lined up again. But if you do a 3 and a 3, you can end up with a bang like this, and one of them is not in the right place.
There is a way to facilitate this. And that is when you do your placements. If you have them about a half a ship base off each other, just a slight offset, so they're not directly in front of each other, just about half a base offset, one at the back of your board and one at the front of your board. So at the top of the range one, so you basically have about a half a ship between them in front and back distance, right? That when you both do the same bank move, you won't bump.
Yep. But you won't end up level again if that's the case, all right? You'll end up one.
No, they'll be flying in formation, and you can do the banks just fine because that offset accounts for and gives it room for the pointy bits in when you rotate your square. Yeah. Yep. So just a slight offset, it makes a huge difference. If they are flush front and back, when they rotate like that, they will bump.
So Ember at the back there takes an evade. Kylo bangs. Yep.
Oh, self bump.
Yep. That's why he needed to try and do that boost.
Yeah. He would have also given him a good shot on Ember too. Had he thinking, okay, and there's a 5 straight. Yep. So this is what I think he needed to do.
That's the right move.
Anything else was very risky. It was a 50-50 call that if he had chased it. But now, that he's gone past this is where the aces start getting their value. Now that the majority of Renzus' ship has committed to one of the aces, he runs that one away and plays switch.
Yep. So that's all Imperial Aces is. It's bait and switch over and over and over again. You try and shoot one, the other two shoot you in the back, and you don't shoot anything.
That's correct.
The goal is, of course, to make sure that your opponent cannot play X-Wing while you get to play as much as you like.
Yeah. Now, I'm just waiting for the boost here because it looks like Scorch has a range 1 shot onto Von Reg.
Yeah, I think so. It'll just clip. Yep.
So he has a choice now. He can take a target lock, which is what I'll probably do. That's a strain.
Yeah, it's taking the target lock. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably maybe even do it on Ember. Just because because that's the one where he's most likely. Yeah, there we go. So that is a good play for Renzu. No, for Reuben. Thinking a couple of turns ahead, and then boosting in there. Did he boost bank? Ooh.
Yeah, he did boost bank. Okay. He'll be right. I think he can still do a. Oh,
he can do a bank. He can do a bank.
Yeah.
He did no hard one though. Yeah.
So very few shots this turn. We will just have Rush shooting at range 2 at Ember. That shot is not obstructed somehow.
No, and it's no optics on it too, so it's just going to be 3 on 3 with the evade.
Yep. Evade on one side and focus on the other. So now Ember has no Rush. Has no other modifiers or no other upgrades on him. So
no optics. So we just basically depend on how good the roll is. But optics, okay.
It's a good roll.
That's what he wanted. 3 paint.
Yep. And it's not bad, but he will take one.
Just one. Yeah. He's getting off, I think, a little bit lightly, but, optics also, too. I just want to say, this is where optics on a 3 dice attack, I find less value, because you get an average roll, the optics does nothing. Unless you're Kylo.
Unless you've got the Force to help you out there.
Yeah.
But I'd say at the moment, advantage Reuben. But I mean, he's got 2 ships that are not the 2 ties in the that went after Von Reg. They're not stressed. They can K-turn and be back to the fight soon enough. Ember.
I would raise you even that backdraft can just do a 1 bank focus and rotate. Shoot me.
Yeah.
I got.
Chase me.
Yep. Backdraft is the version called backdraft is called backdraft. The only one I don't like where at the moment is recoil is kind of like out of the fight. Because of where the other 2 are, it's going to be hard to swing back around. That said, the biggest one you got to watch out is what Ember's going to do. Ember's also not in a terrible spot because he can come around and get behind Kylo.
Yep. He's got plenty of options. I think it's advantage Reuben, but it's definitely not game over in any stretch of the imagination.
Not even close. It's not even close. I'm just saying, all I'm trying to say is that Renz's position isn't terrible.
It definitely isn't, no. You take it. I mean, it's not ideal, but yeah, it's not the end of the world by any stretch. And you've taken 2 damage across all your ships. That's nothing.
Yeah. His thing is, Von Reg is not going to be shooting next turn. Because he's going to do bank and boost and he's going to be facing the wrong way because he does not have Daredevil. This is where we see the great advantage of Daredevil. So, short of him, no, I can't see him unless. Well,
he could, because it's just a strain. It's not a stress. So if he thinks he's not going to be shot at, just do the hard, just do the hard 2 around the rock.
Oh, you mean Talonol?
No, just turn around the rock, chase.
Yeah, but even still, what I'm saying is because he'll do a hard 2 around the rock and then boost. He's still not going to have shots this turn.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like so you kind of don't have to worry about Von Reg just yet. So he's not going to get 2 shots. Kylo is far enough away that he's not going to have great shots, and the only other one you have to worry about is Rush. And Rush, because where Ember is, I think a hard 2 is going to clip that rock. Do you think? No, I think hard 2 might fit. But it's close.
Touch and go.
It's touch and go. So just factoring in all of those, Reuben has a little bit of a decisions to make on how he's going to try to recapture this arc. So it's going to be.
I will say though as well, all 3 of Reuben's ships have your favorite off-angle deployment. So
Yes, that's
Some of
right.
the
That
art
is right.
calculations.
I did actually see that, and I didn't get a chance to commentate because we were going through the setting up phase really, really quickly.
And this is the thing, like when you've got the off-angle deployment, all of the oh, you won't get arc or you won't be able to do it, that sometimes changes a little bit. So Vonreg is not actually pointing straight at the edge of the board. He's already started his turn, so to speak. That means as he comes out of a boost, he'll get a little bit more arc and might just be able to clip one of the ships he's chasing. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he even commits to that. He may want to just do a bank maneuver, clear that strain, and set up for an engage a bit later on.
Yeah, I'm just worried about if Rush can get in there to block Ember trying to go through the two rocks. That's what I'm really curious about. Do those ships, does the BA Interceptor, does that have like a three hard turn?
That's an excellent question. I think there's a button here that show the ship dial. There we go.
It is. Beautiful. I got it. See it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah.
So he is stressed at the moment, though. So
no, Ember's not stressed.
are you talking about Ember or the Rush?
Silencer. I'm not talking about the silencer. I'm talking about the BA Interceptor.
Okay. Sorry. So let me clear that. You're talking about Ember, is it?
Yes, that's correct. That's right. We'll just decide on a moment. They're doing moves now.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 turn. Okay. Close that off for me if we could.
Cool.
There we go. Beautiful. So yeah. So Rush has done the 2 turn. It did fit.
Yep. It's a very nice position for him. He'll be happy with that.
The thing is, I think he's too close to backdraft to actually boost around. So I think he's just going to have to sit there and take a focus.
Yeah. Not the worst outcome though.
Yeah. You almost want to take the damage just so you can get the initiative 6.
Yeah, exactly.
So Scorcher just looks like he's done a 4K.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one ship you don't mind having people taking pot shots at right now, it would probably be Rush. Yeah, there you go. You set it. Take the focus. Rotate the dial.
Rotate.
3 dice out the back. Why not?
And people complain about my A-wing. See, look at this. Look at this. FO. And not stressed. Not stressed.
Oh, nice move.
Ooh.
Might mean Vonreg has some business this turn, though.
I just, like, this is why I was thinking the 3 turn. If he was going to go that way, I would have liked to do a 3 turn. It would have been past the rock a little bit more.
Yeah.
And he would have been avoided the arc he is in currently now. So he's going to have to reposition. Because that looks like there's a focus taken there, so I can't quite see. But that looks like he's in.
No, I think he's in. Yeah. Almost certain he's in. Because the point, the apex, the corner, sorry, is before the. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I think he's in. I think he's in.
Yeah, and if he did the 3 turn there, he would have gone. He would have
passed it. Yeah, you're right.
He would have passed that there. Yeah.
So what's he doing? Focus. Deplete.
Maybe he's not in. So okay, oh no, he's just taking the lock first. Oh, he's going on to. Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking there. I think he'll be boosting out afterwards.
Because of where the rock is too, I don't think a forward boost is going to fit.
Unlikely.
But no, it might be. Got a ship base, a whole ship base. It's a little bit risky, but it might work.
Ooh. Yeah, he went for the curved.
Boosted, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Oh!
That was a hard 2, wasn't it?
It was. Yep. That rock is always a little bit bigger than you give it credit for.
Yep. And remember, we're talking in the start of the game that the rocks were going to be a thing. But hey, still no consequences other than you can't shoot, which is still a bad consequence.
It's not the worst. He's
I actually argue, you not being shooted is the worst punishment. You always want to be able to shoot. The only time it's not the worst issue is when you can't shoot anyway.
Yeah.
So in this kind of case, you're giving up your shot, which is
very rough. Yeah, that's for sure. That rock is always a tricky one. It's just that little bit bigger than you think it is.
And because also you're on TTS, you don't get any of that little wiggle room.
Yeah.
It'll fit, just slide it just up. There we go. Yeah, it fits, it's okay.
Yeah. I can hold it. But no, he's some expert flying to
So
avoid taking any damage. But yeah, he's a bit busy
just
now and
just
won't be able to shoot.
just clarification there. It looks like Harley tried to do a boost to the right, but there was no room to fit in front of Rush.
Oh, and Reuben has done a sloop.
So there you go. He will get shots this turn. No, I think he's out of range.
But I think also smart not to funnel all of your ships through the same space. Shots. We were talking about, you were talking at the start about how having your aces split up is so important.
Yes.
And I
Very,
think
very so.
keeping Vonreg away from the other two.
Absolutely. And that's something that's very, very important because once you start having the aces going in the same flight path, become
Yep.
very, very predictable and then more prone to being blocked. You always
Yep.
want to have from different angles. So
Kylo Ren has a range 3 shot on backdraft.
is he going to get the spin of focus this turn?
Doesn't need to.
Hey, who needs mods?
Yep. Easy as you like.
Backdraft with the 3.
No, why? Oh, because he's at range 3 and 2 go through. So some
That's
real
2 shields
hurt
down.
now.
And Russia still has to shoot.
So Renzus has a chance to reply, but his ships are out of range except for backdraft. So backdraft will get a shot back. We'll be thinking, what do you want to shoot at?
So here's the thing: if you get like Russia's in a position now to block this next turn, so if he actually gets damages through, then actually this gives options now for Scorch the following turn.
Yep.
Do you spend it? You just take the 1 crit.
Yeah. So he's targeting Rush there. You wouldn't mind that too much, would you? Well,
Yeah, just nearly evades it.
yes. If you're going to throw like that, it doesn't matter. Okay.
There's Rush shooting back. I think go back into backdraft again. Get those points.
Yeah,
Force
just get him down to half
Renzu.
point.
Yeah,
Make him a bit scared, you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Takes 1. Shields down and half points.
That's it. That's what he wanted.
So that's the first points of the game.
It is 24 points. Goes to Reuben. Come on, Renzo. Now, it's just actually Gorsaw there in chat saying this is his 2 favourite FO lists. I got to say, I do like the 4/4s. I like the flexibility of it. And it has enough of a jousting element there that can actually do a bit of damage. Reuben, however, is in a good spot this turn now. Because also the BA also has such a great die for blues. It's not just the hard one. Hard one is great, but he's got the 2 and the 3, no, the 1 and 2 banks as well. So Vonreg definitely has lots of options to return to the fight. Yep, and look at that straight. Now he's not going to go straight simply because there's that rock, and we've discussed that going on a rock is bad. Just recall did not get the memo, but you're going on a rock is bad. Okay, we don't see much asteroids anymore, but nobody's cursor start. What have I? Oh, sorry. Yes, the betting. Yep, because I did bet on Renzu. Yeah. Sorry, it's my fault. I think in all the other streams that I watch and I put bets on, especially Nickel City, I think for Nickel City I have like 100% failure rate in my bets. So if I bet on the person, they're going to lose. And you'll see games where they're going from winning position and just lose, and I go, yeah, that's because I bet on you. So sorry, Renzus. Okay, so problem now is look where recoil is. And the thing is, Rush is in a good position to move first and
Try and keep him on the rock. Do you?
Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I think he's going to go for maybe Scorch. Just try and nuke Scorch.
Scorch, or do you want to just try and take backdraft off? You could have 3 ships shooting at backdraft this turn.
Yeah, I just worry because of the backdraft is probably going to do like a 1 straight, maybe a 1 bank.
Yeah,
but probably a 1 straight. You want your Scorch to head on over that, and be range one on one of those. But the problem is Rush could be in a position where he can go just fast enough that it will block. Well,
Difficult.
yeah. I'm just trying to think. Does the one straight by backdraft bump? It should not. It should not. Yeah. So you can get this like little over happening. He can get two good shots shooting at the silencers, and then of course there's also recoil. Recoil.
Yeah.
I could also see recoil going like maybe a two straight barrel roll to the left, as long as where Rush is doesn't block him.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that Renzus has this turn is that one of his ships, I don't see how he can get Ember back into the fight effectively.
Yep.
Then one of your ships may, like either all three actually, recoil, not recoil, but backdraft and scorch both have damage on them. So they're down to 3 hit points apiece. One of them could be PS killed before it even gets a chance to shoot. And then you may have some interceptors just shrugging off some damage from your 2 shots.
He can do a good trade, but here's the other thing I just realised too. Scorch now has Fanatical and Optics. So he can almost do the same kind of consistency as Kylo without the Force. So, excuse me, Backdraft does not have... he doesn't have Optics or anything like that. No. So his 3 dice attack is just going to be 3 dice attack. But Scorch's attack can be hit a little bit harder if you don't shoot. So both are 3 hit points. Why you're less likely to kill Scorch with the extra dice, I think it's forcing him to spend that focus and might be a little bit more rewarding between Fanatical and Optics. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair. 3 attack dice or 2 attack dice though, so yeah, I don't know.
And also keep in mind too, you've got to outmaneuver. If Von Reed goes where I think he's going to go, and because backdraft is backdraft, you almost want to be shooting at those other 2 silencers. But Von Reg is almost like Kylo, like Scorch. If Scorch turns into Von Reg to stop the outmaneuver going, then that's also a win for Reuben because he can avoid that arc relatively easy and still get free shots. It's very the pressure really is on Renzo to decide on what he wants to do. Yeah, and that's just a 2 straight. Yeah, 2 straight focus. I think
all he has to do at this point, because like Renzus is the one who has to make the choices here.
That's right. I was just reading here Gorsaw's little message here. Yep. The one blue turns is money on the BA. Yes, absolutely. Especially with Daredevil, but Star Viper's always that makes a lot of sense.
Star Vipers have a special place in my heart. Those are very, very fun ships to fly. And he fits.
He did a barrel.
He did a barrel.
Oh, nice.
Wow. I didn't think he'd have room for that.
I'm too used to flying A-Wings where I'm considering the boost after the move, but I forgot that they can do a barrel roll. So then you're right. He could actually not only get shots, but he also gets a block on
recoil.
Thank you. Recoil. Yeah, that one.
Recoil does a smart thing. He's holding Major Von Reg to account.
Yep. I do like this.
Yep.
And that means I think he's going to do a 2 bank with Scorch to say, hey, if you bring Von Reg in to try and get shots on me, I've got you. He's going to be hit a bit by Kylo, but I think that's a good decision. He's going to boost. Do it. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
He wants the shot.
Well, it's not about he wants a shot or not. It's more of that he could. I guess he. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that actually makes sense. When you're dealing with aces, you don't know. It's better off to not get in too close. Don't be greedy and commit to up close, because the closer you are to an ace, the easier it is for them to arc dodge.
Yeah.
So the barrel rolls and boosts become move much more to where your arc is because you have a smaller arc on them. So the best way to catch aces is by having your arc far enough away so that it's wide enough that they can't barrel roll boost out of it, and they have to trade. And then if they're trading and they've got mods, they're going to want to have to take the risk on whether or not to spend the mods on offense. So actually, boosting there would be greedy. Yeah.
Oh, this is greedy. You want to talk about greedy? So he is barreled Ember behind a rock to get a range 1 shot on Rush. I think a little bit premature.
I just means what about next turn?
Yeah, no. And again, you don't mind shots on Rush right now.
Because if he gets damage through, Rush will then be suddenly pop into become initiative 6.
Yeah.
Now he won't be able to. Okay, the good thing is he won't be able to initiative kill Scorch because he's already out initiative 4.
Yes.
Yeah. And Kylo just went in there and took a focus.
Again, why would you do anything else?
Because you got 2 ships shooting at you.
Yeah. So okay, this is a very good play by Renzus here. He's got Vonreg in his sights. Vonreg will be able to do something though, but it's probably going to keep Scorch alive a little bit longer.
The question I have for you is: does he have arc on those 2 4s?
Currently,
he currently has arc on the 2.
as in, does Vonreg have arc on the 2?
Does Vonreg have arc on recoil, and does he have arc on?
Definitely not on recoil. Definitely not on recoil. Okay. He might have it on Scorch, but touch and go.
Oh. You normally get down at the table, look right down the ship, but I don't want to do that because you guys are watching.
But yes, very good prediction there from Renzus to move recoil that quick to clear through.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't see it.
Now he's taking the strain instead of the deplete, so that means he wants to shoot. That's very brave, and he's going to barrel roll out afterwards. I think,
yeah,
or did he take?
That would be good. He can barrel roll too.
Yeah, he can. The interceptors can.
XY, welcome by the way. Joined by you is always an honour. Game has not just started. It's been going on for 40 minutes now. It's just that it's AC on AC.
He's not barrel rolling out. Did he take a focus token in there or something?
It looks like it. He's choosing violence.
Oh, why not?
This is where you go. Hey, Reuben's in the lead now, but he can lose
took
that
a target
lead and then just.
Yep. So
just
3 hits. And outmaneuver. So I'm not sure about that type of rolling technique. What was that?
Okay, yeah. He's re-rolled it again. Yeah, I think he was pressing F, which is flip. It does actually give you a random result. But it does look really, really wonky, and I would normally just re-roll them. Yeah.
Yeah. So he takes 2 and survives, but now Kylo has the shot.
Yeah, I think we'll see the death of Backdraft here. That said, we might even see the death of Vonreg too.
Yep, he's got no mods at the moment, and there's a very hungry recoil coming right at him. So Kylo, yep, he can do this if he wants.
Oh yeah.
Yep, he's doing it. Yeah.
And
good thing he did. Good thing he did.
I look like double of A too.
So the crit was damage sensor array, so it doesn't matter.
That is 48 points. I just want to note here because now Kylo has to eat a range 1 shot from Scorch with a focus token, and he has to take a range 1 shot with. Here we go. Look at that. This is going to be scary because it's against a strained tokenless Vonreg with marksmanship. Because don't forget, marksmanship kicks in now because of recoil's ability, and he's got optics.
Yep.
Which is still 3.
Well, 3 with crits.
Yeah, take the. Oh, he's not going to spend it. Why not spend it?
Oh, he. I don't know why he isn't. And he's in modified.
Oh, yeah, he's got it. Okay, yeah.
Has he called for marksmanship?
Has he?
He hasn't.
He hasn't. This is a league game. We're not going to correct them. I'm going to ask him though to flip over the damage card because I'm going to go.
So I think this is.
Oh, actually, no. XY's right. He has to be stressed. He did not boost. That is right. Thank you. Sorry.
Yep. Okay. Very good.
Yep. That was what I was thinking he was going to boost before. Yeah.
Ember takes 2, which is no. Does he take 2 or 3? He takes
Which
3,
one?
is it?
Crit,
One.
hit, and 2 eyes. He's spending his focus. It's 4 down. It's 4 shots into
Rush.
That is into rush.
And what is
And
the
that's a-
crit? Disabled power regulator.
There we go. Wow. Yeah. And see, look, this is what happened. We had like just pot shots and like one
Okay,
damage.
no, I know what the question's going to be.
X,
So
XY
now,
joins us. XY joins
Okay.
us, and then boom, violence.
we need a judge.
Okay, hold on. Let's pause the timer, and I'll jump in and have a chat with them.
So I had this question with Reuben before the match, and I suspect this may be what happens.
Okay, it's just discussing it. Okay, I actually know the rules on this. Let me jump in.
You go and
Okay.
sort it out, and you can tell us the answer when you get back.
Sure. Hey guys, so what's going to happen
Rush should
is
now.
Rush does basically all the fours finish off, then Rush kicks in.
Once all the 4s finish off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
basically he becomes 6, but it happens after the fours have finished off their cycle.
Okay.
So does he still get a shot? Because
He will still get a
technically,
shot. He will still get a shot.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it basically happens at the end of the initiative 4 period. So he doesn't
Okay,
get
so-
skipped. He will still get to shoot. It
Yeah.
just happens at
Okay,
Okay.
so functionally nothing has changed. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So just
Clear?
clarifying that for
Immediately, but I think Nobby is back to tell us
I
what
am.
the ruling on that.
basically you don't skip Rush's attack. He becomes damaged, yes, but he becomes now 6, but he gets to perform his attack after all the 4s have finished, and then basically just goes back to Rush to go shooting. So it will happen before the other 2s would normally shoot, but it happens after the other 4s have shot. Thanks for the follow, Chupaka. I was going to say Chupaka.
That is a brutal roll, and it doesn't matter. Oh,
Is that?
that's
Who
he's
was that
dead.
on? Sorry.
That was Scorch
That was Rush.
on Rush.
Oh!
One, 3, and another crit. Wow.
Wow. So all the 4s get to
Weapons
finish,
failure.
but Rush will still get to shoot and then die.
It was a weapons failure. Just
Yeah, I would say yes because actually, hold on. Yeah, I think he does. Shane is in there. Good. Fishcake
Yeah,
World,
good.
good. So if I'm wrong, I can blame Shane. Yeah, from my understanding, yes, he does. Because the way the wording, at least I remember the FFG answered this question, was that basically initiative thing happens right after he's the sequence of 4s, but then it plays catch up. So he's technically not being initiative killed because he's technically 6. So he's then playing catch up and he's making up for his attack after all the 4s have shot.
I think we just saw that attack, and it was evaded.
Did it whiff?
Yeah.
It was a whiff?
It was. It wasn't a
Oh.
whip. It was 2 hits, but there were 2 natural evades from Scorch. So we
Wow.
now see Rush off the board. So a bit of a swing there.
That was, I gotta say, that's huge. Like, this is where I think Reuben was actually in a good spot. But he got a little greedy.
Yeah, I think
Renzu, yes, he was going to lose backdraft, right? But I think the fact that he did he put in Ember where he did, I gotta say, I thought he was being greedy, but it paid off.
it really did.
So, like, because also too, next turn he can be in a position where he can block Kylo if Kylo wants to turn in, and Von Reg is now down to 1. And look at that, he's got 88 points. He's still got recoil, very healthy. Huge swing, very good.
Very big swing. But I
Hey,
will say,
wait, sorry. So I just want to say, I'm just answering Gorsaw's thing. This is what happens when you don't sacrifice a sandwich to the dice gods before the game. I will raise you and say he needs to sacrifice a goat.
So thank you, Shane. I see Shane has given us a bit of input on
There we
this.
go. Here we go.
Yeah. So if Rush becomes damaged during the engagement phase before the initiative 2-step, causing its initiative to become 6, what happens? Answer: Rush engages at the current initiative step after all other ships at that step have engaged. So thank you for the clarification there, Shane at Fishcake World.
Yep. So basically, after all the ships fought, that's when it pops, and that's why he can't be initiative killed. He just he didn't get to use his ace ability.
He
the
did.
weapons
I mean, he didn't get initiative killed. That was his ace ability this
Yeah.
game.
That was he was like I guess a mini what's it, warthog.
Yeah, yeah. He got to shoot at something and not do damage.
Hmm. Well, that's what happens when you have a weapons failure. This is one of the advantages of shooting first.
Yep.
It's also actually quickly there. Sometimes that's where it's good if, even though if you've got no other shots, you keep shooting that ship. Yes, just to fish for crits, because sometimes if the ship is going to shoot you back, if you can pop in through a blinded pilot or weapons failure, then that ship that's going to be shooting you back suddenly goes, oh no,
Yeah.
I can't spend my target lock. Oh no, I've got one less red dice, and they're really big. Okay, so what does now?
What do you do? What do you do?
I'm a little bit upset. Do you know why?
Why are you upset? Is Reuben going to ruin your streak by losing this game, or?
No, yeah, that Renzu, he's going to break my curse.
Yeah.
I
he
mean, I
is.
should be happy, really. I should really be happy.
Well, I'm the one who bet all my points on Reuben, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you have more to lose than me. I just have a curse. Reputation.
We can keep on talking up Renzus, and that's sure to make the curse come back. But okay, so this turn, okay, we know that Ember has to go over a rock. It's not going to matter too much, but is he the target now? He'll have no actions. He'll have no modifiers.
Yeah, but the question is, okay. He hard one. I think still keeps him on the rocks. He doesn't want to do a hard one. He has a strain on him too, and oh, this was. So was that Scorch? Yeah, what was Scorch?
Yeah, the Scorch. Yep. Bank 2
Because he's
left.
stressed.
Still stressed.
Okay.
So he goes
And-
over the obstacle.
And it looks like was that 2 bank? So he clears
Yep.
the strain.
Oh, and lucky.
And no consequences other
No
than losing the
consequences.
action. He can still. Now here's the thing, because he's fully executed move, he can still do the chassis ability.
Yep, he's taking a deplete.
He is taking deplete, and is doing taking a lock. Is he going to do barrel roll?
Barrel, right? Try and block something. At least make sure Kylo can't shoot you.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, there
yeah.
we go. There's a barrel roll. So he's taking deplete. This is good to stop Kylo turning in. And hey, if you get a shot, you get a shot.
Yep. Yep, very nice. And of course, Vonreg is now just on 1 health. So why not?
Ooh.
Yep, Kylo bumps. So
This
he's
is
back
good.
up to full force at least.
Hmm.
Now,
Now this is where Daredevil would be worth his weight, because he could have barrel rolled out and then do a hard Daredevil. Turn in.
no, can you? Yes,
if
you
he
can.
had-
No, you can't. You
If
can't.
he-
The
if he
fine-tuned
had-
thrusters only doesn't let you do a focus. Doesn't let you do a boost.
No, I'm saying no barrel roll.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if he barrel rolled out and then, he could still barrel out and do a boost in actually.
But the fine-tuned thrusters don't let him take boost as the second action.
No, he does. It's just his regular action. This is the BA chassis. So
Yep.
he does after he executes his move, he can take a straight.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
to a
sorry.
barrel roll.
It's after the X. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was confused. I
Yeah.
thought it was after
Yeah,
an
and
action.
then he takes
Yep,
his
yep,
regular
yep.
action afterwards.
Yeah,
that's why,
you're right,
That's
you're
why
right.
he's Daredevil, because he can basically do the Daredevil after his
Yeah.
strain or deplete, whatever it's called. I don't know.
I mean, he may do the same thing without. Would that? Yeah, he's
Yeah, he
looking
could-
at it now.
Because
He's
he doesn't
thinking
wanna be shot.
barrel out, boost in.
He might have one. I don't think it'll be. I think he's out of range if he goes out that way. From
The other
recoil.
problem is you'd be facing a rock too, which is not ideal.
Yeah, but you got hard one.
It's true. It's true.
It's just more for the next turn, the following turn.
Mm.
But I'd say this was a good bump by Ember.
Yep.
It also means it's not a quality shot.
Yeah.
Deplete. Oh, is he going to go for the? He could also choose the other thing. He could just use violence, and go. You know what? I just want to kill you.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend
Target
it.
lock. Target lock
I
focus.
don't. Yeah, I don't recommend it because he's still
You're on
got
1
3
health.
greens and you need 3 hits and you're on 1 health. There we
Yeah,
go.
he's
Here we go.
doing-
There's
yeah.
a barrel roll. Yep.
He's boosting in.
So actually, Daredevil wouldn't have been a good choice there because it would have left you an eye. So no, you didn't need Daredevil.
Yeah, he took the strain. He's very confident he won't be shot.
Yeah.
He'll definitely get a shot this turn as well, though. So that's a good thing. Yep,
Both
Justin.
round one.
Oh,
Or both of them. Decisions. I know what he should be shooting, but
the one without the evade, I dare say.
that's it.
Yeah, and you're just relying on your dice luck here, so that's not
Hey,
bad.
That's
Above
a good roll. That's a
average.
good roll.
Yep, damage going through, and he doesn't
He's
have
gone.
the focus.
He's gone. No,
He's
he
gone.
has 3 health too. He's gone.
Yep. Well, that was worth it.
This is because XY asked if they were actually trying. That's what it is.
I think it's because we talked up Renzus too much. Reuben's now in the
Well-
lead again.
Well, yeah. Reuben's now in the lead. There you go.
Yep.
My curse still stands.
Okay, recoil has a obstructed shot
Just on
at range 3 on Kylo Ren, so this is pretty much guaranteed to hit. I say as he misses one crit. Oh, I hate rolling this many dice. This always gives me anxiety. I told you.
Yep.
It's the spender
Yep.
force.
But it's always got a force. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
more dice you roll, the more likely you are to trigger heroic. That's what's been my proven commodity. Like the number of
Very
games I've had where literally I will pick up my first dice and the first shot is range 3 or range 4. Sorry, range 3 or range 3 behind a rock or something. And the first 4 dice is all blank, heroic. There we go. The first time I defend. First time I defend with more than 3 green dice, I normally trigger heroic.
Yep. No, I think it's a proven fact of probability that the more green dice you roll, the more likely you are to roll all
Blank
blanks. So yeah, tough.
Yeah,
Those
that's
green dice, they'll
actually-
betray you every time.
Oh yeah. So now let's have a look at win condition. So he needs to kill Von Reg. If he kills Von Reg,
Yes.
but that leaves an 80-point Kylo on the board. 80 points plus bid. I'm guessing there's a couple of points bid, 3 points or something. 60, 80, 2-point bid by the looks of it. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
3.
It's 199 versus 198. So Reuben.
Yeah, it's a 2-point
yeah.
bid. So 82-point Kylo. So he can afford. Wait, he's got to keep recoil on the board and healthy, and scorch healthy. He can't take any more damage.
Yeah.
Or rather, he can't take any more damage on Scorch. Scorch is 1 away from half.
Yeah.
To kill.
Man.
I'm just wondering. I just had a sudden thought. It wants to go super fast on. Does he? The thing is, does Reuben just go? You know what? Let's roll the dice and go over that rock, or does he just go for the hard one? And try not.
Yeah. You've only got 1 health left. I think you have to do the hard one, right?
Yeah, but then also this makes you predictable on where you're going to go. And I was even going to say, if he went fast enough, he could have possibly done a focus boost and blocked the hard one onto the rock.
It's true.
It wouldn't put recoil in a good spot. But I could have seen that if he just gone a little bit faster and boosted around Kylo, if the Von Reg had done the hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like he's done I think he's tried to intentionally fail the boost.
A barrel roll.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, didn't he? He probably just didn't do it. So I was checking the chat. He didn't actually do it, but he put the stress down.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay. Stress.
Kylo's choosing violence.
Yep. Fair enough.
And this is actually not too bad because you do get the free crit. That is assuming.
Now, can Kylo? It's an action though, right? So.
Kai just did a time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So his one is not his auto thrusters is different from Von Reg's
do any
fine tuned
actions.
thrusters. Yeah.
No, he can't do any action. Yeah. He's just stressed.
So what do? You go hard in on recoil, I guess.
He's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah. And this is what I said. He got the bump. If he actually did that aggressive play and got the bump on the hard one, Kylo wouldn't be shooting.
Yep. And the rock may have taken care of Von Reg for
and
you.
The rock might have taken care of Von Reg. And this is why I was saying if I thought of that, I was just thinking if he did that, and then Reuben, if Reuben had seen that as a possibility, we could have gone, okay, well, you know what, I'm going to be locked either way. Maybe I'll take this to possibly get a shot off.
What's he doing? Think he's gonna? Is he gonna choose violence? He's taking a strain. He's choosing violence.
Because he gets half points on. If he gets half points on recoil, that's almost a guaranteed win.
Yep.
Then he has to do 3 damage to Kylo.
Yep.
12 minutes left.
Range 2 though.
Still, that's a risk. Ooh.
Yeah, you got target lock focus.
No outmaneuver happening. You spend the lock. It's probably on blank focus.
Yep.
No, he's going all in on
Yeah,
violence.
just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Hit crit.
Do you take the 2 shields? Do you take the 2 shields? You do.
Takes the 2
he takes
shields.
2 shields. Yep.
That usually means you won't roll any. You won't roll any more eyeballs now.
Yeah, that's right. But he has optics. He has optics. Oh, Kylo, that is rude. That's
very rude.
absolutely rude.
So 1 needs to be re-rolled.
Yeah, 1 went out of the box, and it happened to be the blank, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
And it's still a blank.
Yep. So he will spend focus.
I think he
I
spent
guess
it
so.
that turn, yeah. Because that crit's going to be a direct hit. Promise you.
If
If
you-
you don't spend that focus, it's a direct hit.
He's wondering. He's thinking about it, isn't he? He's greedy. He's
Yeah,
being greedy.
He's being too greedy. What's he doing? Oh man!
He's thinking. He's thinking.
Trust me, I know it's a direct hit. I know.
He's so tempted.
I know it's a direct hit.
He wants it, doesn't he? He wants it.
Do it! Come on!
He's doing it. 1,
He's doing it! Oh!
2, and
Here we
here's
go!
the
Here we
crit.
go! Here we go! Here we go!
Here's
What is
the
it?
crit.
What is it?
Panic pilot. Gain 2
Oh,
stress.
panic! Oh!
Oh. So recoil.
Okay, I was
down
right.
to
It wasn't a
1.
direct hit, but
Okay. Do I need to put the panic pilot crit up? No, right? 'Cause
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, okay. This is bad. No. You should shoot.
No,
Scorch
shoot
first.
with the other one. What's he
Yes,
doing?
Shoot Scorch first. So this because if Scorch managed to get that 1 damage through,
Yeah.
Then
And he has
then-
no other targets.
yeah, that's exactly it. Just a 1. Oh,
Oh,
he's got the focus.
but-
No, he's got the focus. He's got the focus.
Yeah.
He's
So he
got the
does it.
focus. I think also no. I know the reason. He wanted to do that with a mod shot to remove the strain because
yeah,
had the
yeah.
strain. Okay.
That makes sense.
That is why he did it. Which makes sense. I still probably would have shot with Scorch first because on the chance that Scorch does 2 natty hits into the blank out.
So,
You
wait,
have
did
had
he?
range 1.
Wait, how's that? Why is he checking range again? No? Okay. No shoot.
Yeah, I think you're checking if it was a crit.
And
or
no
not.
shot there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I still
well.
I still would have done the shot with Scorch personally, but especially because I spent the focus, saved the focus. If he had spent the focus on defense, then I would have gone okay. Shoot with recoil first because you got an extra dice, more chance you're going to do damage on the 2 greens, and you only need to get 1. So let's just review the play. The reason why I think maybe it wasn't necessarily misplay was an intended. But the problem is taking that damage on a recoil means he has to now hurt Kylo.
Yes.
And that's why.
Without taking 1 more hit on Scorch, because that would be another. That's 20 points as well. Okay, no, that still wouldn't quite make up for it, but
No, he still needs to get half points. So if Kylo goes down to 40, as long as he keeps recoil alive and Scorch alive, then he can win. But he has to get half points from Kylo.
it'll be hard to keep them both alive though if
That's correct,
damage
but
starts to come through.
As soon as recoil dies, you have to kill Kylo.
Yep, and that's very hard with just 1 ship.
And with 8 minutes. And a ship that moves before Kylo.
Yep.
Slower.
Yep.
And struggles. Yeah.
Yep. I think. Well put. It would be very hard.
Now the thing is, Carlo's stressed, so he can, I think recoil is safe this turn. The question is, where do you
Recoil's
go?
not going to have actions for 2 turns anyway.
Yeah. But you might okay. Do you think Carlo's going to still continue to choose violence? Do you think Reuben knows where he is? Okay. So no, he did choose to remove a stress.
Still has 2.
I was just thinking, like, if he got in a position to try and block him, but I don't think he could. There's no way he could have gone.
Hmm.
And that is really close to the rock, though.
Yeah. Well, he was a K turn, right? So it must be.
Must be safe.
Yeah. Hard 2 bangs. Doesn't really worry Kylo because he has the Force.
That's it.
He is 1 with the Force, and the Force is with him.
But hey, you can get a good shot there. You might be able to get lucky. My pleasure. By the way, it was. Your name is blue, so it's very hard to read on a black screen. Bulgar, it's my pleasure. Thanks for tuning in.
So,
That's
2 hits.
Consistent. Do we get the 2 of A's?
2 hits. Oh.
Heroic. Oh, that's why.
Yep.
That is why you don't leave home without it.
Yep.
Hey, on the upside, he's still got the focus for offense.
Yeah, but he needs to kill Kylo now.
No, he still needed to kill Kylo. I mean, he still needed to get half points.
Oh, yes, still half points. Okay.
He doesn't need to. Now he can't lose either ship. I mean, it was always the case. He had to keep 2 ships alive.
Oh. Well, spend it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, but that's like Oh, Kylo could just blank out now, and
But no need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically cemented the game.
Yeah. So only 4.5 minutes left. Sorry, our timer is a little bit slow. Theirs only has 4.5 minutes left.
Okay.
I might just change that if you don't mind. How do I change that? Can I change that?
You can stop it, and underneath it there will be you can set it to 4 minutes. You'll have to go from 75 to 4 minutes, and then start it when it lines up. So we are looking at 1, maybe 2 turns, depends on how fast they move. If I'm Kylo, I'm just probably doing maybe a hard 1. Try to finish off recoil.
Hey, uh-oh.
Looks like recoil undid a 2 straight.
Yep.
He'll have to go through.
Okay, good.
Because right now, if Kylo bumps on the ship, he's fine.
Yeah, because the Force, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's not only Force. Every time he bumps a ship, there's one ship that can't shoot him.
That too, yeah.
So he can, because that's where the scariest part of it's going to be, is like having both ships shoot Kylo. I mean, Kylo could literally just 3 bank away and run. Now, I don't hit to full credit for you guys, for your Singapore guys. Is I don't often see you guys disengage like that, knowing when you have your win in the bag and you just don't go any more risk. MOV does matter because of the points. MOV counts over the whole event, so it is also in Reuben's best interest just to get that last point of damage on both of those ships.
Yep. He'll want to.
He'll choose violence. I think Scorch is going to do a 2 back, yep. And I think we'll see like a 1 hard here from Kylo. Never a choice there. TMT saying running away is never a choice. Honourable. Full destruction. Kill everything. Don't hold back. So
Taking a look. Yep.
He's
I think he's decided that he's going to bang or he's going to die. So,
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's actually good.
Yeah, he may still have a shot.
Yep.
Yep.
Range 2. Kylo has mods. Silencer doesn't, because that was the last of the stress.
No, still 1 left on it.
I still got 1
Oh,
left.
rude. Yep.
Oh, yes. Now that. Almost.
That crit is Panic Pilot, so.
Oh, that's just insulting after being stressed for so long and then get another one. It's the last turn here.
2 Panic Pilots.
Yeah, last turn here. So I think Scorch is going to sleep or something. I mean, the correct answer is well, there's no correct answer here. Kylo could just do 3 talent.
Yeah. I mean, or a hard one.
Uh,
Just make sure
yeah,
because you've got the
well,
reposition.
Hard one is my gut instinct. What I think he's going to do. Then of course Scorch could also do like a 5k or something like that. Just
Yeah.
something funky, just to try and get shots off. But yeah, at this point, a 1 hit point Scorch cannot do anything to Kylo.
Yeah.
Short of 3 natty hits at range 1, and Kylo blanks out. And then guess what? You only get half points.
Yeah. Oh man. But I think this has been a Reuben took a few chances here, but he's flown his interceptors well overall, and Kylo particularly. He was a bit unlucky to lose Rush the way he did. He was a bit lucky to keep Von Reg alive as long as he did. But overall, it's been
two things to that is the damage he got on Von Reg was deserved because of the position that he left him in.
Yep.
He was playing extra greedy, and he was basically going for a trade. So yeah, he was. I would say the Renzu was lucky to get the damage he did actually get on Von Reg. I was expecting half or 3, but then of course he consistently put Von Reg in danger, choosing violence correctly at that point of the game. But the turn where we saw Rush die and Von Reg take half and the point swing, I think Reuben played too aggressive that turn, and that's the timer.
That's the timer.
And then we just saw what's it, Kylo do a hard one? Yeah, hard one left. Yeah.
Hard one, barrel roll. Got him in his
So say-
sights.
Yep. I have 4 dice. I have focus. I have range 1. I have the force. I'm gonna get at least 1 hit.
Yeah.
Or 4. You can roll 3 natties now. Oh, we almost did 2.
You almost did, yeah.
And
That's
game.
it. That's it.
GG. What a big swing. All right, let's
Oh,
get all
yeah.
those players in.
Yeah.
Wow, guys! I got to say, what a point swing.
Yeah.
We're to and from the game. I mean,
Violence.
now, but
That's
before
fine.
we get into it, I just want to ask one question. Like,
Yeah.
we've been watching this just tickle for the first 40 minutes. XY joins in and says to them, "What's going on here? Has the game just started? Are these guys even trying?" And then something, boom, 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 violence, damage, boom, boom, both ways. It's like, did you guys get the uptake or?
Actually, the dice is like average on both sides, or like
No lah, a bit. I think a bit worse for me. We just tried.
Well, we commented on actually the green dice were hot both sides in the first 2-3 turns of engagement. Yeah. But then everything.
Remember, 1.8 to 2, so the luck was about even on both sides.
About like both of us got crucial kills when we needed it.
yeah. Okay, I think my biggest issue is still playing on TTS. The movement thing, like gauging movement, like the distancing is still a pain on the on the perspective. Honestly, like I have no. It's very funny because I have no trouble with fly casual because fly casual has that fixed perspective when I can actually see the thing. But when it's TTS and the camera is like wobbly and not precisely centered on the square, it gets problematic.
Yeah.
That's why I hit that rock here, where it could have been a focus boost.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that I found strange was I don't know whether it's because I was a bit less precise on the deployment, but that turn like here when Scorch and Backdraft bumped into Scorch from behind.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they were just that smidgen too close. I think that when because they didn't actually. If you looked at it after the bump, it was they hadn't actually been offset anything, so it must have just hit it. And unfortunately, TTS is literally pixel perfect. I've seen stuff that would never happen on on a normal game that actually happened because it literally is pixel perfect. So it's so fussy. You just got to leave that little extra grace, I guess.
I think the issue is because I'm trying to deploy this thing like with the deployment ruler, but I can't tell precisely whether or not I'm on the margin or not.
Yeah. The nubs don't count. You can put the nubs on that range 1 rule if you want to go.
Okay, here's my paranoid bit though, because like if the nubs are put on, like if the nubs go on the thing, you have this thing where like the if you scroll all the way down, the ship's not actually flush with the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my concern is always like that always causes physics issues with TTS.
Totally agree. I totally understand.
Yeah, so
and that's why you
that's
have if you're playing on the normal table, you normally have a little bit more spacing between them, so that's where it throws you off. They're just a little bit closer, which 2 or 3 turns later interpret to that bump that you had. It's just an unfortunate thing. It's just too perfect sometimes.
Yep.
But okay, what about the game? Okay, what about the actual game itself? I wanted to ask Renzu.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Reuben, can you do us
Yep.
a favor? Can you, the first damage card you pulled on Major Vonrig, can you flip that over?
No, but to keep in mind too, we
it
worked
wasn't
out
gonna
why
be,
he
was it?
couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't do the marksmanship because he wasn't stressed. XY pointed out in the chat.
Yeah.
We forgot that we had to be
Fire.
stressed to activate it, and he wasn't.
Console fire.
It was console fire. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's we're saying it's going to be direct hit, but then we're like, oh wait, it's into marksmanship, and then because you weren't stressed. But going into the early game when you decided to commit to commit to Von Reg. Renzu, you committed pretty hard into Von Reg. Were you like hoping to catch him? Did you think Reuben was going to go slow and try to catch you in a sandwich, or what was going through your mind in that early game?
Okay, the original game plan, when Scorch and Backdraft were like here.
Yep.
The original game plan was to hard 3 right, except again because of the spacing and TTS being slightly like too precise. I was never sure whether or not the hard 3 here would have made it, because that would have been my preferred engage path, because that's Scorch in a good angle to engage, and then plenty of space to Kaiten after, and then or rather to turn around after, and then Backdraft can turn in, then switch his gun backwards, so to threaten both sides at once. So even if like Von Reg tries to pick off someone from behind, there's still that one gun facing him.
Yeah. That's actually
but-
kind of what I'd actually call.
Yes.
I thought you'd do, but you decided not to do the bang and go into.
Like
to
I
Ember.
said, I was erring on the side of caution because I wasn't fully confident that the hard 3 from this position would clear the rock. I think I was slightly further behind. I was like somewhere like here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So without being able to like physically look at it with my eyes on a real life table where I'm more used to, this was a move that I was like, no, I think my back is gonna clip like this little segment of the rock. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be on a rock. You know that's a bad thing.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
So I tried with it.
Recore needs to know.
Yeah, so faced with that decision, I went for the gentle turn into Von Reg.
Yeah.
And then with the intention to turn Backdraft start to face behind to threaten the silencers, but we all know how that went out. So.
Well, it's also the fact that you had the threat to do that Reuben had to disengage and go around the rock as well. So it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. I was just curious to because I was saying at that point of game it's a 50-50 chance. Renzu could go in and go hard after the silencers, or we can turn everything into Ember. And then if Ember does the calls a 50% wrong and decides to turn into that, he's going to die. He had to go fast, and it did play out quite interesting. So it was still very exciting to watch. Just
that was a good game.
Yeah,
I will say that
in the early game.
Yeah, list wise, I think this was slightly stacked against me because like this, the list is good for Reuben's side.
Oh yeah.
The high PS aces rush is one of those. If you can't commit to killing him in one shoot, he turns into an ace. Then after that, I'm really not catching anybody.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping he would survive, but
Nah, because he managed to get double shotted by two guys at once.
I didn't. That wasn't expected, lah.
I must say I was very impressed that you had the guts to barrel roll right behind a rock just to get that range one shot on it.
I wanted to...
you mean even here, right?
Yeah.
My headspace there was, I'm already behind the points, I think, because I think by then I had lost Backdraft.
Yes.
No, half point on.
I had half points on Backdraft and no points on him, so I was like, the headspace for me at that point was just go for kills, man.
Yeah. I wanted to raise that next year. That was a very ballsy move, and it paid off for you. It literally it swung the points so hard then, because Reuben, I think you got a little bit aggressive that turn.
Yeah,
and
I did.
you got punished. It was like, well, you're going greedy. Okay, well here, take some dice. And then we saw there's that big swing XY says, "What are they doing? Are these guys even trying?" And then everything just decided to blow up. It was just crazy. Great. It was a great swing. Great swing. Okay. Look, I'm going to wind things up there, guys. We're hitting the 4-hour mark.
Right.
Thanks for being patient while we got that second game underway. Do you guys want anything? Any comments before we close this off?
No. Thanks for having us on stream.
I just want to ask, since the last exhibition game I played, whether or not anyone has tried the Quad Inquisitor, like over in Australia.
Oh, the Quad Inquisitor. No, I'll tell you what though. Because you're talking about the BA and the list. There's one other FO list that I played against recently. It was against my 5As, but it consisted of 3 BAs and Kylo. Kylo with 3 BAs, I think it is.
Is it three provocateurs? Wow.
Yes, three
Oh shit,
of the
that
BAs
fits.
and Kylo. And so you got 4 of these guys and 3, and basically I don't know if Kylo had optics or not. I don't think it did. It was just naked Kylo.
I
But the
feel
other
like you
3,
have points for that.
yeah, it works out to like 199 or something like that. I'll have to look at it, but it effectively allowed for all 4 ships to take double mods.
Oh yeah.
They are initiative 1, but because they can take the strain, and they get the target lock and then they take a focus, they can literally commit to. We ended up bringing Just, and it didn't go for his favour, but it was actually quite scary, the fact that you can double model those ships. So that's just another one I just want to throw out there, because I do like these 2 lists. Very nice lists. Yeah, sorry. Anyone else? I don't know if we've seen anyone else fly your 4 your 4 silencers. I have seen it in the store. I think one person has played it in real life, but I haven't seen it on stream yet.
All right. As long as someone else out there is attempting it, I don't want to be the only guy I know.
Yeah. Very cute list.
All right.
Mark, anything you want? Any last questions too before?
No, I mean, the only thing I would ask is what was the thinking behind bringing asteroids? We had a conversation at the start about whether to bring rocks or dust clouds, and we've got our views, but like, what's your thoughts on that?
Gas clouds are for wimps. Real players play with big asteroids where they fly around and outmaneuver their opponents.
Yeah, I'm with you. Real men choose asteroids.
Yep. My reason for bringing rocks is I do not want to give Force users an unnecessary advantage. Because because Force users are relatively common in practically every faction, I think, other than Separatists. And the issue with taking Gas Cloud is, worst come to worst, and a Force user can just bomb through the Gas Cloud and effectively have a double modded defense when you're trying to get him through it. Because they have inbuilt force to convert eyeball results, and then the Gas Cloud protects the blank results. That's why I don't like playing Gas Clouds, because there's quite a lot of Force users floating around in some capacity or another, right? Can be Assaulted Republic Jedi, can be Kylo, can be Boba Fett with Maul, this sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, my real philosophy is I've tried Gas Clouds. I didn't like the defensive bonus it gave to my opponents. And I felt that the consequence, like, asteroids have the worst consequences out of them, because you get to actually the chance of taking damage is far higher.
Oh yeah.
And I think it rewards you if you feel like you are generally better than your opponent on average. So if you think you can outfly your opponent, and you can literally just like outmaneuver them, you have more maneuverable ships. I like to take big rocks to clog up the field as much as possible. So I force them into particular channels, so I know where they are, and I can just fly around them.
Yeah, I like that. I'm always a big advocate for big rocks ever since up until Nantex with Snare. And I literally kept on doing that. I mean, despite the fact that my A-wing is guaranteed to take damage behind the rocks, I only switched out to Gas Clouds because of Ensnare. And I used to switch just one rock into a Gas Cloud, because I'd assumed that against the Sunfac Chertak thing that was happening a while last year, the huge bid, I'd move first, so I put my one Gas Cloud in a place where I can create a zone to engage. That said, I've taken back to gas clouds. I'm almost in favour of going back into rocks now because you have also that spam text meta that was going on about, and that they could just tractor over the gas cloud. Hey, very little consequences. With rocks, at least you stop them from self-tracting on the rock, because if they tractor on the rock, guess what? They're not shooting.
Yeah.
So it brings that back into that control element of playing the actual game, forcing to play the game and position around the rocks, which is what I actually like about this. It all became down to positioning. So I'm totally on with you, and I totally agree with you. Rocks, I would like to see to come back. And until I think I may actually start just switching back out a couple of rocks into my list now, because it's been kind of like a stock standard thing I've been going with. So yeah, definitely respect for rocks, both of you. Extra bonus point.
Yay.
Well, I have a very special list planned for Spamtex players. It's a secret. We'll see if I can reveal it the next time.
Well, hey, look, you know my stance on it. I don't really want to spam any spam text. Like, yeah, any exhibition match, you'll see 0 spam text. I'll just go, no, you're not coming on stream. Sorry, I'd rather not stream it. You don't. I don't need to show this. There's enough.
Okay, I mean, I might pull it. I might pull that list out anyway. I think I don't think it's a great list. It's an entertaining list.
Oh.
And ultimately, that's all that matters.
That's the best thing. Good thing for one of our exhibition matches. All right, guys. Renzu, thanks for being on.
Yep.
Reuben, we will catch you on next time you're doing a commentary with us. And Mark, thanks for being on and sticking around for the 2 games.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
All right, Reuben. So for the record, since this was a league game, can you remind me how much I scored?
118.
118. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Yes.
MOV does matter to 200.
Yeah, 118. 118 to 200.
118 to 200. Okay, I'll sum up the score and send it you for confirmation.
Okay.
Okay, that is.
All right, guys. We will wind it up there.
All right.
Everybody who's watched, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on Saturday morning. Saturday morning, I'm doing one. I'm doing the Australian Plastic Space Force League. So it's going to be just a little impromptu early one. It is actually, just quickly, it is 2 younger players, 2 teenagers we have in I think, New South Wales area. I'm titling the game the Younglings. They are battling out in the first round of the Australian Pacific Space Force. So they're both of the younger players from the community. So it should be really interesting. That will be on Tuesday. That'll be Saturday morning, and then back to our usual program next Tuesday. Everybody, thanks for watching.